JP, 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 the JP, 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 the JP, JP, the JP Show. Welcome everybody back to the JP Show. I am your host, JP, and welcome back. We're back with another episode, a new episode of the JP Show. So, before I get into get it off your chest, JP, and read my profile and all this different type of stuff, let me first start by saying thank everybody for watching the JP Show. I really do appreciate it. Every week I come to you with different topics and things like that. So I'm really do appreciative that I do have an audience, whether it's one person, two people, three people, 1,000 people. I'm thankful that somebody is watching the JP Show. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the show. So let's get it on, baby. Let's get it on, everybody. It's the JP Show. We're back. We're doing it and doing it and doing it right. You know what I mean? So we got Get It Off Your Chest, and we're about to pop off with that. It's just been a great week. I do want to say it's been a great week last week and so far this week. So I'm thankful to be here, thankful to be alive. Everything is going great. I hope everything is going great in you guys' life. And let's start the show. Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Yes. All right. Get it off your chest, JP. All right. So I got real quick 3 things for the men. This is for the men. 3 key phrases or words to if you meet a woman and she says these things, run. Okay? So these is 3 words for men. This is for the men. 3 words that if you meet a woman and she says these things, you should run. One of them is, I'm a no-nonsense type of woman. If a woman comes to you talking to her and she said, I'm a no-nonsense, run. That's a key word, a signal, a sign that lets you know, run. You know what I'm saying? Because when people, listen, when you meet somebody, when you're getting to know somebody, you should be showing people your glory. You should be showing people, most 99% of the time it should be about, you know what I'm saying, who you are, what are you bringing to the table, the type of person that you are, your morals, your standards, your love, all that beautiful stuff. You should be showing that. When you first meet somebody, y'all going on a date, it should be a lot of that. So if a woman is talking about, I'm a no-nonsense type of woman, that means that she's been through something in the past with some guys, and some guys probably ran all over her because she didn't used to be a no-nonsense type of woman. So some guys probably ran all over her, and now she's at a point now where she's meeting you, and all of a sudden she's turning into a no-nonsense type of woman. So if a woman says that to you guys, run! All right, another thing is, if a woman says, I speak my mind, and I don't care what nobody say, I'm going to speak my mind, run! Listen, if a woman says that, run. I've dealt with women that had told me that, and I had to learn the hard way. Because women like that say, I speak my mind, and nobody going to tell me nothing. I'm going to say what I need to say. I got 2 times. That's happened to me more than twice, but I got 2 times. The second time, actually, I used my noggin and I just ran. But the first time, I was dating I don't like to say dealing. I was dating a Trinidadian woman. And, we talked, and she went off on me, and she told me, I speak my mind, and I'm, so, in the conversation, that we're having, me and her, I'm trying to bring her down because she's elevated. And also what I'm trying to do is see if I can get her to listen, to see if she can hear what I'm trying to say and also hear what she's trying to say at the same time. And so she's just going off and she's just talking reckless. I mean, if anybody know anything about Trinidadian women, they could be very abrasive, very aggressive, and just like out of control with their mouth. And so she's just nasty and she is just going crazy. But she said this to me multiple times, not just in the debate that we were having, but in conversations before. She's had told me when we first went out for dinner, she told me, I speak my mind. I speak my mind and nobody not gonna stop. And I heard it, but I really didn't like really grab it and bring it all the way in until she really spoke her mind to me, and she just started just rampaging me and just ripping me and all this type of stuff. And it's just like, and I didn't even deserve it. So that was one occasion. Another occasion, I was dating a woman, and she was from Brooklyn, and I noticed that she cursed out her grandmother. Like, we were talking on the phone or whatever, and me and her, she wasn't mad at me. We were just chilling, talking on the phone, and I could see that she was very upset and all this type of stuff. And so I asked her, like, what's going on? And she was like, I just had to curse out my grandmother. And I was like, listen, I have no sympathy on anybody that curse out their mother, their father, their grandmother. Coming from me, I don't have those type of parents in my life. And so, like, you get no sympathy for you curse out your grandmother, I'm already out the door. You know what I'm saying? So she was saying something happened between her and her grandmother. They got into an argument or whatever. Her grandmother had raised her. And she goes on to say, my grandmother taught me not to take ish from nobody and to speak my mind, and that including her. Speak my mind to her too. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, nah. So as soon as we got off the phone, pew, I was out. Matter of fact, I made up a reason to get off the phone with her. I was like, listen, if you curse out your grandmother and the type of cursing out that she did to her grandmother, I mean, like, she really cursed this woman the hell out. Like, I was like, oh, no. If you curse out your grandmother, imagine what she going to do to me. You know what I'm saying? I see some hot grits in my face in the future. Yeah. If you curse out your grandmother, I see hot grits in my face in the future. You know what I'm saying? The last thing that I would say to the fellas, if a woman says this, you might want to run. And that is, I don't need no man. Woo-hoo! Oh, baby. If a woman says to you, I don't need no man, you better get your shit, pack your shit wherever you are, and get the hell out of Dodge, because she is going to run your ass crazy. She's going to take you through the mud. And the reason why I say that is because this is what's going to happen. Women that says, I don't need no man, those are most of the time the women that do need a man. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just go to, it's just too much. But she probably really need a man really badly. But a lot of times when women say, I don't need no man, it's, they've battled through something in the past, and you're going to have to put in. The only reason why I say you're going to have to put in a lot of work, because there's trust issues there. When they say stuff like that, that means that there's trust issues going on in their situation or whatever. So you're going to have to actually put in a lot of trust work. You're going to have to be there for her at all times for her to trust you. And it shouldn't have to be like that when you're building a relationship. She should trust you from the beginning. And then if you do something, that warrants her for you to lose her trust, then that's what it is. But you shouldn't have trust problems, or you shouldn't go into a situation and it's like, I don't trust you and you got to earn my trust. So women that say, I don't need no man, you got to be very, very careful with those women, and you might want to move on, because And you learn all this stuff in conversation. All this stuff that I'm telling you is in conversation. I've had conversations with you don't even know. I've had conversations with so many different women. I had a woman not too long ago. I would say like maybe a month and a half ago. We were talking on the phone, and we were just talking about life experiences and things like that, and maybe like dudes that she has been with in the past, her relationships and my relationships or whatever. And so I told her that I was telling her about a situation that I had been through, and how I was there for her, for this person or whatever. And she said to me, she was like, I forget the first word that she used, but I'm just gonna make something up. She was like, that's not being helpful, that's just being stupid. And I was like taken aback by that. I was like, because this person was going through something, and I was there for them, and I was like trying to be helpful to them, and I was there for them all the time, whatever. And I was willing to travel with them and go through the situation with them, because I really care for them. And so the lady said to me on the phone, that's not being helpful, that's being stupid. And I was like, oh, I was like, and she had already said a couple of other things that was like very aggressive and everything. And so that was just like more of like, yo, JP, move on, like move on and don't call her no more. You know what I mean? So those are 3 words or phrases real quick that I wanted to give the men, that if a woman say those things, move on. You know what I mean? But let's get into another topic I got for Get It Off Your Chest, JP. Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest. All right, so get it off your chest. Today, my second topic, I want to talk about feminine energy. Woo! So one thing I was thinking about to myself is like, yo, I can't wait for women to start looking like women again and start acting like women again. You know what I'm saying? Like the sweatpants and the Jordans and the hoodies and all this type of stuff. I'm like, yo, it's like really driving me insane to see women walking down the street looking like men. Let me tell you something. I went on a date like right before or maybe during the pandemic, actually. I went on a date with a woman or whatever, and she came to the date with sweatpants, with a whole sweat outfit on, hoodie, and with heels. She came to the date with a sweat outfit on, a hoodie, and heels. And I'm sitting up here looking at this woman, and I'm like, yo, it looked like she's about to go dancing in a layup line. I'm like, yo, what kind of, listen, for the ladies, feminine energy. Yeah, feminine energy. And it's time for the women to start operating. And I don't even want to put this all on women all over the world or women in the US or whatever. But this is mainly for my area, New York City, Connecticut, Jersey. This is for the tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? Because I travel a lot. And when I go places, I don't really see the stuff that I see in New York City. And that's just me being just straight up honest and direct. I don't see the same things that I see in New York. So for the ladies, feminine energy, it's time for you to start operating and walking in your feminine energy. So I see a lot of women that's very aggressive, very strong, you know what I'm saying, like attack. They don't have any manners. They got bad attitudes. You can't really talk to them or whatever the case is. You can't say hello to them. You can't present yourself to them in any type of way or whatever, because they're very aggressive and they're nasty. But it's time for you guys to start operating in your feminine energy. And in order to do that, you got to go to a place. You got to find, for the ladies, you have to find that place. You have to source out your feminine energy. Men have to start walking and operating in their masculine energy. And women need to start walking and operating in their feminine energy. And I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, you can't wear sweatpants and so I'm not saying none of that. But I'm just saying it's too much women operating in masculinity and not in femininity. You know what I'm saying? So I need the women, you know, you go out here and you listen to the way that women talk. And the way that, even in the way that women, I was on Harlem the other day, and a female had on a whole sweat outfit with Timbs on. A whole sweatsuit, hoodie, had the hoodie, sweatshirt, sweatpants with Timberland boots on. Standing outside. Now, these are the women that's talking about that they need a man and they don't have a man, but it's hard, I'm going to tell, for the ladies. Now, you may find some dude that may like that, and maybe he's a hood dude or whatever, but I just don't see a real college educated gentleman that is working and succeeding in life, that's an executive somewhere or working this way, that way, a businessman or what. I just don't see them looking at you on the corner with a sweat hoodie, sweatpants, and Timbs with your hair braided like Queen Latifah and set it off. I don't see no dude, a real guy with a real 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, college educated man stepping to you like attracted to you. I can't see it. I can't see it. Not saying that it can't happen, but it's just hard for me to see that. Because you look at that type of situation and you see masculinity. You know what I'm saying? And even for women, that you have a lot of women in New York City, in the tri-state area, that they talk masculine. They call, you know, people, yo, bro, yo, this and that, and you know what I'm saying? They act like this and they all like, yo, no. For the ladies. It's time for the ladies. And I don't know, there was a big change when the pandemic happened. I will say that. Even though it was happening before the pandemic, but there was a big, enormous change once the pandemic happened. And so I can't wait for our women in New York City and the surrounding areas to start operating back. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm in Connecticut, I mean, I see it a little bit, but not as much. When I'm in Jersey, just depends on what part of Jersey I'm in, I see it a little bit, but not as much. I see it a lot in New York. It's time for women really to start operating. You got to get to a place where you're operating in your feminine energy, and it's not just about you know what you wear. It's just about your womanhood. Listen, and this coming from a man. I know ladies probably watch this show and they're like, "Oh, JP, why you da 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 da?" And listen, I'm giving you men's perspective and what men talk about out here, what men say out here. Men don't like the way that women are so aggressive in conversations and stuff like that, and the way that they come off. They come off too hard and too manly. You gotta guys like softer women, soft women, not aggressively hard women. You know what I'm saying? Not women with attitude-driven women. So you gotta go to a place where you can find that feminine energy, and you just gotta break it. Honestly, you gotta break yourself down, and you should actually be doing this probably every few years, every 5 to 10 years. You should be breaking yourself, evaluating yourself, like I told you last week, but also breaking yourself down and seeing where can you get better at. And a lot of times it's that feminine. And for New York, for women in New York, It's the feminine energy. And for the men, you need to be operating in masculinity. You should be operating in your masculine energy, not in feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? So, and it, they could balance each other, because we do, for men, we have, feminine energy, but it shouldn't be so high. It should be more masculine energy, and then, you have some layers of feminine energy. It should be the same way for women. You know what I'm saying? You meet women in New York City that they talk to you rough and all this type of stuff, and, they don't really have major conversation or whatever. And it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get to a point where you bring it all the way back. You bring it back, and you got to find that place. A lot of times certain things can help you is, you know what I'm saying? Like, go on a woman's retreat. Hey, you ever thought about that? Go on a woman's retreat, or do some meditation, do some yoga, do some things. Just find your chi. Maybe I should say that. Find your chi, your inner energy. Find that. You know what I'm saying? When you can find your chi, that could bring you back to the center. You know what I'm saying? And once you come back to the center, now you can start off again, and you could have that feminine energy. But a lot of women, you're probably going to watch this or whatever, and you're going to be like, oh, but the men this, and look at the way the men dress. One thing I would say about the men is that I feel like the men always kind of dress down, even though I will say the way that the men dress is trash too. They wear sweats or whatever all day, but I would say the men always wear sweats, and they always dress down. You know what I'm saying? Since I could remember, since I was a kid, I always say dudes dress, but I don't remember women always wearing sweats. I don't remember women always wearing sneakers. I don't remember women always acting like guys. I don't remember women always talking like guys. I was at the bar a couple of days ago, and I'm ordering a drink or whatever, and a girl just comes right up to me, comes up to the bar or whatever. Like you standing at the bar, it's like it may be like a little hole where somebody else could order a drink. Well, she was talking to somebody, and she kind of like was trying to slip into this hole. And so the lady's handing me the drink, and instead of her saying, excuse me, you know what I'm saying, do you mind if I step in here, since I want to talk to the bartender? I think she knew the bartender or whatever. She rams me out the way, spills my whole drink all over the place or whatever. And I'm looking like, yo, there's a such thing as excuse me. No lie. She literally rams me like, I'm not like a big guy. She literally just basically like took a battery ram and just ran me out the way. No excuse me, no excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I? No. And then she looks back at me like, oops, did I do that? Yeah, you did that. All you had to do is say excuse me. So for the ladies, listen to me. Feminine energy. It's very important. Listen, and I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times, for me, if a woman that doesn't have feminine energy, if she's not dainty, if she's not sweet, if we're walking down the street and I got on a sweatsuit and she got on a sweatsuit, I probably wouldn't be, no. If I got on Timbs and she got on Timbs, no. That's for me. Now, there might be other dudes out there that's like, yo, I like my woman to wear Timbs. Hey, yeah, you want your woman to look like a man? Hey, that's on you, bro. But for me, no. I like for women to look like women and for men to look like men. And that's what women said tells me a lot when I'm in conversations with them. They tell me that, men are not acting like men no more. Men are acting like females. Well, they don't even say that. They say men are acting like bitches. You know what I'm saying? So women are saying the same thing. Women are saying that they want a guy to act like a guy, to act like a man, to operate in his masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? So women are saying the same thing. I hear women all the time. I talk to women all the time. They tell me the same exact thing about men. You know what I'm saying? But this show It's the JP show. And right now we talking about feminine energy for women. And we want women to start walking in that feminine energy. All right? So that's going to be get it off your chest, JP, for today. Let's get into, you know what? Let's get it, because last week I wasn't able to get into read my profile. You like read my profile. So today we're going to do a little bit of read my profile. I got somebody on here. She is from Baltimore, Maryland. This is read my profile. Young lady, she's from Baltimore, Maryland. Now, today I might do two profiles that are, you know, decent, pretty good profile. When I read them, I will let you know what grade I'm gonna give them. But I don't think I have a bad profile today. I had a bad profile, but I lost it. So I think I'm gonna do like some good profiles today. So this is a woman. She's 35 and she's from Maryland. And she says, "Hey there. My friends describe me as warm, generous, thoughtful, passionate, and caring. The thing I wish people would notice about me, I can be forthright and direct when I need to be." Well, she says when I need to be. Because remember, I just said, but she did say when I need to be. So that's a good thing. She said, "I think true romance is about getting to know someone and connecting on a deep level. It's more than just chemistry and attraction. I also love to travel. I'm looking for someone who can be spontaneous and can take chances with love." This is not a bad profile. This is actually a pretty good profile. I do have one little thing in here. Let me read it back real quick. She says, "My friends describe me as warm, generous, thoughtful, passionate, and caring. The thing I wish people would notice about me is I can be forthright and direct when I need to be." I don't have a problem with that. I think true romance is about getting to know someone and connecting on a deep level. It's more than just chemistry and attraction. I also love to travel. I'm looking for someone who can be spontaneous and take chances with love. The only problem I have with this profile is she says, "I think true romance is about getting to know someone and connecting on a deep level. It's more than just chemistry and attraction. I think true romance is about getting to know someone and connecting on a deep level." I don't think that's true romance. So she says, "I think true romance is about getting to know someone and connecting on a deep level. It's more than just chemistry and attraction." Actually, I think that true romance is chemistry and attraction. And I think getting to know someone on a deep level is more relationship based. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only really knock I have on her with this is that I think to me personally, she kind of confused romance being romance with a relationship. A relationship is you want to be with somebody, get to know somebody, and have a true connection with somebody on a deep level. And romance is an attraction and a chemistry attraction. You know what I'm saying? That cause a romance. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would give this profile an 8. Yes. Pretty good profile. All right, so let's go to my next profile. Let's see here. All right, next profile. Dating. Oh, I'm sorry. She's 35. She's from Massachusetts. She says, "Dating with purpose. So I'm quick to dismiss if you're not worth my time. I'm single, so yes, I'm dating until I find the right one for me. Learning to live in the moment. Don't take everything serious. Just enjoy life. I control my mind. It doesn't control me. Definitely a great woman, but you will need patience to deal with me. If you're looking for sex, pass me up. I'm saving myself for my husband, and I will not break it for these fake vibes. Please, people catch in one. Oh my God, I'm sorry. All right, let me read this again because, sometimes the writing is crazy. All right. Dating with purpose, so I'm quick to dismiss if you're not worth my time. I'm single, so yes, I'm dating until I find the right one for me. Learning to live in the moment, don't take everything serious, just enjoy life. I control my mind, it doesn't control me. Definitely a great woman, but you will need patience to deal with me. If you're looking for sex, pass me up. I'm saving myself for my husband, and I will not break it for these fake vibes people catch in 1 week. There we go. All right, so this profile I'm gonna give a 6. It's not a bad profile. 6 is not bad. 6 is kind of middle of the road, but it's not bad. So a couple things I didn't like about this profile is she says, I'm single, so yes, I'm dating until I find the right one. Learning to live in the moment, don't take everything serious. Just enjoy life. I control my mind, it doesn't control me. Definitely a great woman, but you will need patience to deal with me. That is a sign. That's a sign. You will need patience to deal with me. Now, she doesn't go into why a man would need patience, but is a sign that's telling you something. Now, maybe it's not so much of a bad thing. We don't know exactly why she's saying that, but she's giving you a heads up. She is giving you a heads up that you're going to need patience to deal with me. We don't know. She didn't go into detail, so we don't know exactly what. But you have to look at that as a sign. When you're writing these profiles, you want to write these profiles and you want to tell, who you are, what are you looking for in a relationship, where you're going in life, and if you want a long-term relationship or whatever the case is, and what are you looking for in a person. So who you are, what you're looking for, how, if you want a long-term, short-term, whatever relationship, and what type of guy that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? That should be like a gist of what you should be saying. So she is so she says that, and then on top of that, she says, if you're looking for sex, pass me up. I'm saving myself for my husband, and I will not break it for these fake vibes people catch in 1 week. So, my only thing is for women, I would like women to just go with the flow of if you meet somebody, go with the flow. Because we're going to get into this in my main topic, but it's like we don't know if this generation is our generation of marriage. And so you want to kind of like, you just want to go with the flow and let the relationship guide you. Let yourself and this guy, what you're building together, let that guide you into. Now, if you want a relationship, if you want something serious, you definitely should let the man know that you want something serious. But you shouldn't say, unless you is religious purposes or something like that. I don't think you should say that, I'm not going to have sex until this and this and that, because you may never be having sex, because you might not never be getting married. You know what I'm saying? So you might be just talking and talk. Sometimes people do that. They just talk, and they're not really listening to what they're saying, and they're not evaluating the atmosphere of the relationships, of what's going on out here in relationships and in the dating scene. So they're just operating on old traditional values, and they're not looking at the dating scene and what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you probably shouldn't put that out there like that you're not going to have sex until you get married or whatever. What did she say? I don't know if she said that. Let me see. She says If you're looking for sex, pass me up. I'm saving myself for my husband, and I will not break it. She says she's saving herself for her husband. So I don't know if that means that she's not going to have sex until she gets married, or does that mean she's not going to have sex until maybe she finds the right person, and then I don't know. But she says she's saving herself for her husband. So I'm guessing that means she's not going to have sex until she gets married. And in this day and age that we're at, and she's 35 years old, in this day and age that we're at, and just evaluating the landscape of dating out here, we may not be getting married. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I'm going to give her a 6, and that's going to be the end of Read My Profile, JP. So today I didn't really want to go into, bad profiles or whatever, because there are some bad profiles out there. So today I just want to give you an example of some decent profiles. The first profile was a pretty good profile. It was an 8. Just a little thing in there that we want to kind of correct. But the second profile was a 6, but she had there was some troubling things in her profile that I read that I'm not sure. It wasn't terrible, but I'm just not sure, like why she wrote these things or whatever. So, but she gets a 6, and so we move on. Let's get into topics. So my topic of today is I really basically just kind of, went over a little bit of my topic. And my topic of today is time. Time is my topic. So basically what I'm saying with this is that I think we got to start, kind of like what I said just now, is that we got to start evaluating, the dating scene for our time. I think with that, what's going on is that we're operating in our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents' time, how they passed on this tradition of, what you should be looking for and stuff like that. And it trickled all the way down the line. And now we're here. The problem is that in their time, everything was pretty much simple. You know what I'm saying? Everything was simple. We're in 2022. So I don't think it's right for us to be operating, we're operating on our grandfather's philosophy of dating. Some things that they gave us is good, and you should have and you should hold. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that we should be operating in our grandmothers and grandfathers' dating philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the landscape, I just said it. We probably look at people from the ages of, 25 to, 50. There's a lot of people that are single. A lot of people actually that's never even been in a long-term relationship. Forget about marriage. There's people that's in that age group from 20 to 50 that's probably never even been in a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we're talking about marriage. I think that marriage, there's a lot of people that's not going to be getting married. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's not going to be getting married. I think that for our time that we got to focus on, we got to usher in, what our generation and how we're going to affect each other in our generation. Maybe it's not marriage. Maybe it's a companion. That may be what it is in our relationship. Maybe we don't get married. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we just have a companionship with a man or with a woman or whatever the case is. And you get to a point where you're happy with your companion, and that's what it is, and you guys are not even worried about marriage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the older generation has affected us in such a way that we're not operating in our own mentality on what we see out here. Because if you really take a look out here, you know what I'm saying, there's no long-term relationships going on. If it's long-term relationships, they already been together for years already. But if you look at the landscape, let's start with the landscape from the pandemic to now. You know what I'm saying? Let's go from 2019 to now. There's no long-term people are getting together, hooking up, having sex. Maybe we hook up for a couple of months. Maybe we hook up for a couple of nights or whatever. But when nobody is really, like really being together for a long period of time, it's not happening. It's not happening, period. And I mean, this was going on before the pandemic even happened, but now it's really not happening. So we need to, time is very important, because you want to utilize your time, but you want to recognize that we're not operating in our grandmother, grandfather, great-grandmother, great-grandfather time anymore. We need to start operating in our time, and our time is 2022. So we need to find, and I know a lot of women probably will watch this or whatever, and they might be like, oh, but JP, but I want to get married, and I want this, and I want that, and it's like, okay, I get it, it's cool, but maybe men are not on that time like that no more. Because naturally, if we just look at what's going on naturally, men are not trying to be in long-term relationship. Just look at it naturally, what's going on naturally. Dudes is hopping from woman to woman, woman to woman, every night, woman to woman, woman to woman. They don't want to be in a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to take a step back and just take a step back, evaluate and view what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our time now. Everything that we do, people, and this is real, yo. Everything that we do in this life, it seems like we're doing it on our grandmother, grandfather, great-grandmother. We're doing it on their time. And there's no knock and there's no diss to them or whatever. And it's actually like amazing that, what they have fed us all those years ago is still trickling down to us, and people can't operate on their own. They can't make their own. It's like, yo, you go out every day and you see the world for what it is, and you have to maneuver, and sometimes you have to change your point of view. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have that much time on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at what's going on, you evaluate what's going on, you use your time effectively, and you say, you know what, maybe I won't get married or whatever. And I'm not saying that you won't. I'm just saying there's a possibility, because right now, men and women, they're not on the time of getting married. I know a lot of women, they want to be in long-term relationship. I'm going to actually blame this on the men. The men is not looking to get married right now. Men are looking to hop from woman to woman, from woman to woman, from woman to woman. That's what they're looking to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do realize there are a lot of women that do want to settle down. They want long-term relationships. They want to be in a relationship. They want to be married. They want a man. I want a man. I want a man. I want a man. You know what I'm saying? Women, they want a man. But I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, because I really can't see it right now. You know what I'm saying? If the numbers was different, if this was like, you know what I'm saying, a different time, and I could see like I don't see people getting married that much anymore. I don't see people getting married. I don't see people getting engaged. I hear about a marriage in the summertime, maybe once or twice a summer. I may hear about a marriage. That summertime is a big time for marriage. You usually hear about marriages like fucking this person, that person, that person got married, like 10 marriages. Yeah, I would hear about 10 marriages in one summer. Like, damn, I wanted to go to that marriage. I know it probably was bad joints at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you may hear about one marriage a summer. You know what I'm saying? One marriage. Another big time for marriages around like the holiday area, Christmas time or whatever. You may hear about one marriage in December or whatever. But that was about it. You know what I'm saying? So let's start operating. Listen, guys, and I know a lot of females is like, oh, but JP, I want to do this and I want to get married and this and this and that. And I totally understand. And I totally understand that women want a man, but you got to look and see what the men are doing. Not just because a lot of times with the ladies are so, because ladies are so into themselves. They're not watching what the guys are doing. They're so into what they want. Look at what the guys are doing, ladies. The guys are telling you what they want to do. All this cheating and everything, they're cheating on you because they don't want to be in a relationship. That's why. They're cheating on you because they want their cake and they want to eat it too. You know what I'm saying? They want you and her and her and her and her. So what does that mean? That means that they don't want to be in a relationship. That means that they don't want to be in a long-term relationship. They probably want you as a companion. They like your energy or whatever the case is. I know women that have been with men for 10, 15 years and they won't marry the woman. Why? He doesn't want to marry you. For what? If you've been with a woman for 10 years and you're not married, you have not married this woman? Come on. And women, you sit there and you just sit there every day and you just come home to this dude and he doesn't even have the freaking love to marry you? 10 years? 10 years. Come on. So for the women, it's very important that you guys wake up. For the men, it's very important that you guys wake up. Operating, we need to start operating and being honest. For the men, listen, it's nothing wrong with being honest. I'm going to tell you, women say this all the time. Women say, yo, just be honest. A lot of women will get down with the get down if you be honest with them. Don't string them along. Don't fake it or whatever. Just tell them what it is. This is what it is. This is what I'm into. This is what I like. I just want a companion or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really looking for a everyday type of girlfriend, but you could be my companion whenever I want you to come over, or whenever you want me to come over, or wherever you want to hook up or whatever, we hook up. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to dinner one day, it's all good. But as far as like I'm yours and you're mine is a long-term relationship, goes into marriage and all that, I think what's going to happen is that when we break it down and we go back, and maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I think what's going to happen is that when we break this whole thing down, we start operating on our own energy, I think it's going to be more companions. This is what the thing that's stopping the companion is the mindset from our greats, from the great grandmothers, from the grandmothers, the great grandfathers. This is what's stopping the companionship. Really, people are just companions. These relationships, you're not relationships, you're really just companions. But is being sold as a relationship, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to see more relationships once people start being honest. Once men, I will put this on the men, ladies. Once men start being honest with women, you will see more companionships. And that is going to go into our generation. Our generation will probably be known more for companions more than marriage, because people are not getting married. So companions. And then from there, you never know. The dude may marry you after that or whatever, but it's going to be more companion, not relationship, because a lot of times we got all these terminologies, and I think relationships need to go out the way. I think marriage needs to go out the window. I think companionships for our generation needs to be, the forefront, because I think that's what's going on out here. It's just companionship. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's the JP show. Yo, I had a good show today. I went over like always, but good show. I love you guys. And one thing I want to say before I go for the ladies, listen. The show is the JP show, and some of it is my point of view, but most of it is point of view from men and point of view from women. The one thing I will say for the ladies is that I would love your point of view more often. You know what I'm saying? So I do get a lot of men point of view, and I understand that I'm a man and this is my show, and so you're going to get more of a man's point of view. But also, in order to really make this show work, I'm also going to need the ladies to really give me, information on exactly, what they're looking for in a guy, what guys is doing, the troubling things that guys are doing to them, and let's talk about that, because I really want both sides, the men and the women, to get together and let's talk about these things or whatever, and then we can hash everything out. You know what I mean? That's the JP show for the day. I love you guys. Peace.